Hey, it's Chris Cashman. Happy National Library Week. We're here at the massive Seattle Central Library. I'm so excited I got my first tattoo. What a tribute. This one was more painful though. I love Seattle Public Library. We got a lot to get into tonight on Evening.
We visit a destination garden on Hood Canal that's over 60 years old. And the King of Pop is on the silver screen. We preview the new Michael Jackson movie. Plus, it's your chance to win a Grays Harbor getaway worth $5,000.
Howdy, y'all. That's the name of the coffee shop here at Seattle Central Library. Welcome to Evening. It is National Library Week. In fact, today is Library Workers' Day, so we're here to celebrate them at this incredible Seattle Central Library, just one of 27 Seattle public libraries. You know, they got their own coffee shop. I'm brushing up on the Dewey Decimal System, and we thought we'd go behind the scenes and find out what makes this library so special.
Well, welcome to the Central Library. This is a space for everyone in our community. Right now we're in the living room area, which is our level 3, and there are so many things. I think the first thing that makes us special is our staff members. Today is Library Workers' Day, and so I want to give a huge shout out to our staff that work here at the library and all of our libraries across the country. As you walk in, you can see our Friends shop. We walk over to our coffee shop. We have public computers in our mixing chamber on level 5, and as you go through our library, you can end up in our Seattle room, which is where we have our special collections that focuses in on Seattle and the Pacific Northwest.
You have a lot of resources here that maybe the public doesn't realize.
Definitely. So as you're going through our spaces, you can find unique collections. We have 2 music rooms here at Central that folks might not know about, where you can come and practice. Also on level 8, we have our exhibit. We have an organization, nonprofit Living with Conviction, that has stories and portraits of our community members who have recently been incarcerated.
There's even genealogy going on here.
Yes, it is the centennial of SPL's genealogy department, and we are super excited. And we get to uncover the mysteries and secrets in families and loved ones, which is just a joyful experience.
So many great and free resources. Take full advantage here at Seattle Central Library. Speaking of which, this unmistakable building, even from the outside, any idea how many windows they have? 10,000. I'm gonna need a bigger squeegee, folks. We are in the DVD section, and let's talk about the box office, because the undisputed king of pop, Michael Jackson, he's getting the big screen treatment, and it's not without controversy. Saint has our preview.
Just have all these songs in my head.
Make no mistake, the Michael Jackson biopic comes with the full backing of the Jackson estate and is designed to celebrate the King of Pop's talent and to drown out the controversy that haunted his later years.
The world needs some love right now, and that's what Michael was about.
At the world premiere of Michael in Berlin, all eyes were on Jafar Jackson, Michael's nephew, Jermaine Jackson's son, tasked with becoming the pop idol on screen.
It was a lot to take in. You know, I'd never acted before.
But Jafar spent 2 years learning everything from the iconic dance moves to the smallest mannerisms, day by day, becoming Michael.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah.
Jafar never stopped dancing. He was rehearsing all the way up to the moment we start filming.
It's natural. It's a flow. All together.
I remember looking in the mirror right before going on stage. I had the full hair, makeup, and wardrobe, and I had a couple moments to myself just saying, like, wow, I'm really here. There's no going back. It's time to go out there and put on the best show ever.
The movie takes us back to the Jacksons' early years in Gary, Indiana, where their father, played by Coleman Domingo, made every single decision.
Y'all want to work in a steel mill like me for the rest of your days?
No, sir.
Yeah, because I sure as hell don't.
Newcomer Giuliano Valdi plays the young Michael.
It was an amazing experience. I love Michael Jackson, and he's the greatest entertainer of all time.
That's the legacy the Jackson family wants to restore, and the movie reportedly required $15 million in reshoots and had to be pushed back a year to achieve it. For Michael's family, one performance in particular hits close to home.
A lot of people emulate Michael, but Jafar became Michael on that screen. There's nothing like it, brought tears to my eyes.
Spread love, joy, and peace. That is what I want the world to feel. Magic.
Thank you, Saint. Michael is rated PG-13. Saint saw it last night and says it was thoroughly entertaining, a lot of nostalgia, but maybe the content was influenced by the estate. We'll let you decide. From the king of pop to the king of poppies. You know, there's a destination garden on Hood Canal. It's in bloom right now, and it's been around for more than 60 years.
You'll find old-growth rhododendrons at this garden on the shores of Hood Canal. Some of these plants are 80 years old.
What we hear is, we've been by here for years, and we've never stopped, and we had no idea that this was here. Or, my gosh, I had no idea that it got this big.
Ellie Sather is also in her 80s. She grew up here.
I should have a weed in my mouth or something like that.
Now she keeps Whitney Gardens growing. One of the first things visitors see is this sign.
It says, whoever is in this garden is forever home. So the garden is mostly your home, and any garden that you do.
And this is Ellie's home. It's been adding color to the canal since 1955.
And the color is absolutely glorious, and it's beautiful, and it's beautiful, and it's beautiful, and it's beautiful, and that's what we hear.
It all began with Bill Whitney. He specialized in growing rhododendrons. Soon, the brilliant blooms had folks stopping.
That's how everything started. Everyone could see these blooms from Highway 101, and of course, here was this beautiful bunch of color.
Ellie's parents stopped also and bought Bill's nursery in 1970. Now it's Ellie's. She left for a career as an artist and a photographer, but the blooms called her back.
Seeing things grow. And I think, and then seeing them start to open up, and you see things for the first time, and that's really quite exciting because you're seeing a Mother Nature at its best.
Admission is $1, worth every single penny. No pets are allowed, except for Ellie's dogs.
Yes, that's such a good puppy.
Fred and Sweet Pea. And Ellie still tends to every detail of this nursery. She says the visitors keep her going.
So many people come here, and they say, hi, Ellie, how are you? And I go, oh, I'm fine. So it's really nice to be able to have that camaraderie with the customers that come in.
This 80-something-year-old also has the best job title we've ever encountered. And the chief badass plant whacker hopes this legacy garden will continue to thrive and welcome visitors long after she's gone. As for now, taking care of this place keeps her as fresh and bright as the blooms that she grows.
It's really fun to keep on going if you can. The alternative is not where you want to be, that's for sure.
The rhodies at Whitney Gardens are beginning to bloom right now, and they should be spectacular through the end of May. And good news, they're open every day. Speaking of road trips, do you have a go-to destination, a getaway outside of town? Share it with us, and you could win a getaway of your own. All you need to do is vote in our 30th annual Best Northwest Escapes. Go to king5.com/escapes to vote for your favorite getaways. Each vote gives you a chance to win a Grace Harbor getaway to Westport, Ocean Shores, Lake Quinault, and Seabrook, worth $5,000. So vote now for your favorite Best Northwest Escapes.
Still to come on Evening.
You're the Owen sisters.
Magic is in the air. We break down the first trailer for Practical Magic 2. And it's a movie with a powerhouse cast celebrating its 30th anniversary. Best Northwest Escapes is sponsored by unforgettable Grace Harbor County.
And welcome back to Evening from the unmistakable red floor here at Seattle Central Library. It is National Library Week, and we are celebrating one of our finest here. And since we're here and it's all about who you know, we thought we'd get some staff picks to add to your reading list.
Here we have our peak picks. This is a curated collection by our librarians. These are the hottest titles that we have with no holds. You can just walk right up and grab your books. One of the things that I picked up today was Maria Semple's new book, and this is Go Gentle. If we remember, Maria Semple is a Seattle author who now lives in New York, and this is about a Stoic philosopher navigating life as a divorcee. Another book that I would recommend, The Best Dog in the World. This is essays on love for our dogs. If you are like me and have issues deciding, we even have books on what you should read and how to make decisions. So grab the Overthinker's Guide to Making Decisions that can help you at this Peak Picks table. And finally, Say No More. We are all looking forward to this summer and the World Cup, and you can even get literature here at your public library for the World Cup.
Thank you, Kay. And speaking of Peak Picks, we're getting our first peek at the trailer for Practical Magic 2. Saint is standing by to break it all down.
I'm sure you've heard of the Owens family.
It may be the most anticipated sequel of the year. Nearly 30 years after the original Practical Magic was shot on Whidbey Island, the Owens sisters return with a little help from a top-notch visual effects team. Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock shot the film in England. This we know, but thanks to a spoiler-free trailer, we don't know a whole lot more.
You're the Owens sisters.
Yeah, everyone we love dies.
Oh, right.
A really horrible death. But I mean, it's not great for the Tinder bio.
We love our summers in the Northwest, but suddenly, September can't get here fast enough.
Everything's gonna be okay.
Everything's gonna be okay? Just like it was when we had to bury a corpse under a rose bush? That kind of fine, or different? Different or same?
All right, let's keep it right here on the movies. 30 years ago, Brad Pitt, Dustin Hoffman, Robert De Niro, they all starred in the same movie. It was called Sleepers, and today, Saint gets together with the Oscar-winning director, Barry Levinson.
Did you look at their faces? Did you really look?
Barry, I can't possibly be the first person to suggest that with his long hair and glasses, Dustin Hoffman wanted to look like you.
That would make sense. Barry Levinson and Dustin Hoffman both won Oscars for Rain Man 8 years before Barry helmed Sleepers, a courtroom drama starring Hoffman, Brad Pitt, Robert De Niro, and Kevin Bacon.
When you have a powerhouse cast like this, what is the challenge of balancing so many strong performers?
First of all, they're strong performers and they're extremely talented. So that's the good news. In many cases, sometimes you'll play with a scene and until you feel like you've really found the sweet spot.
Sleepers tells the story of 4 childhood friends whose lives are forever changed after a brutal stay in a juvenile detention center, and the quest for justice that follows years later.
What does this movie have to say to an audience 30 years later?
Well, I mean, I think it deals with the issues, that many that still, exist in terms of, crime, behavior, the legal system.
Keep the boys in line.
3 decades later, Sleepers still doesn't hand you easy answers. It makes you sit with the questions.
Did torture come with the job?
Thank you, Saint. The 30th anniversary 4K Blu-ray release of Sleepers is now available. Still to come on Evening.
A South Sound spot for worshipers on wheels. Where to find this one-of-a-kind chapel.
Now in our 40th season, Evening shares local stories that make our community shine. Evening is sponsored by Pemco Insurance. Pemco empowers the Northwest to prevent the preventable. Learn how at pemco.com.
And welcome back to Evening from Seattle Central Library. Happy National Library Week. We're celebrating the workers here today. And our next story takes us to Sumner, where we found a new twist on tiny churches. It's a chapel you can drive through.
At Calvary Community Church in Sumner,
a clear sign that we are living again in better times. But in this very same field stands a monument to an unsettling time when the world was in lockdown.
During COVID, we were trying to figure out a way that would bring people together. So we were like, let's build it.
What did they build? A drive-through church where people can pause the day and reflect for as long as they need to.
People that don't even go to church come here and drive through and use this as a place just to get silence, which we need in this very loud and wild world.
Nearly 20 businesses contributed to its construction, based on plans drawn up by volunteers.
It was on a napkin.
We went out for breakfast and it was
Church members Todd Larson and Jacob Lauren, both in construction, helped build the church in about 30 days.
It was incredible to watch people come together and to use the gifts that God had given them. It should have probably cost somewhere between $45,000 and $50,000, but it cost us about $4,400.
Times have changed, but the original purpose of the drive-through church remains the same.
Honestly, I think it was a leap of faith to do something that was different. It doesn't make any sense, but it's just something really cool to be a part of that honors God and the community.
Drive-through chapel, I love it. There's a sign out front that says, "Drive-through as you are, you'll be loved." Speaking of driving car lovers, we've got an opportunity for you to join an exclusive event, and you could roll away in luxury because Mercedes-Benz of Bellingham is just about to open.
Their grand opening event is Friday, April 24th from 5 to 8 p.m. It's important that you RSVP beforehand. To join the experience, make sure you visit their website, mbofbellingham.com, to RSVP, and you can see their state-of-the-art showroom. When evening returns, it's a must-see before it closes. We take a joyride to MOHAI's motorcycle exhibit. Plus, you can win a trip for 4 to go whale watching. Evening is sponsored by Mercedes-Benz of Bellingham. Evening is sponsored by FRS Clipper.
And welcome back to Evening from Seattle Central Library, and happy National Library Week. We're celebrating the library workers here today and every day, quite frankly. Hey, before it's too late, I want you to burn some rubber over to MOHAI because their special exhibit celebrating 125 years of motorcycle history here in the Pacific Northwest is about to rev its engine and roll out of town.
You may think of boats when you think of transportation in the Pacific Northwest, but MOHAI's new exhibit is all about our impressive legacy with a certain two-wheeled mode of transportation.
Road racing, motocross, and these are people from Washington that excelled in the sport.
Kickstands Up, 125 years of motorcycling in the Pacific Northwest. An exhibit that shares rare and vintage motorcycles. Some of these pieces belong to Tammy Sessions, who is known as the Queen of the Desert from her racing days.
And I raced the United States circuit, and I did that for a few years. And then I went back to cross-country racing. This is my last win, and there was no stopping me from winning. And I'm still riding now. All kinds of history. It's awesome.
It's about more than looking at cool motorbikes for Tom Samuelson, historian for Pacific Northwest Museum of Motorcycling. It's about preserving our motorcycling heritage.
It's 50 years of research and my curiosity. I found the first motorcyclist here in Seattle that came, and they brought the motorcycle on the train back in 1901. And the Northwest is a mecca for motorcycling.
These motorcycles are more than just machines. They tell a story about our community.
What's your favorite part about this exhibit?
The people that rode these bikes.
Time is of the essence. Get over to MOHAI. The motorcycles will roll out of here April 26th. Okay, we have a cool opportunity for you to potentially win a whale watching getaway with FRS Clipper, the Emerald Clipper. Here's how. Join FRS Clipper for Seattle's only whale watching tour. It's your chance to see orcas, humpbacks, and more from the brand new Emerald Clipper, a boat designed and built for seeing whales in the wild. All you have to do is vote for anyone in the Best Boat Tour category in evening's Best Northwest Escapes. Go to king5.com/escapes for your chance to win a Clipper whale watching adventure for 4. Well, that'll do it for us. Our thanks to Seattle Central Library for hosting us tonight. Oh yeah, that's a good reminder. Keep your voice down when you come get your library card to take free advantage of all of this. We'll see you.